Hey Maths Legends, welcome to Area of Rectangles. And yesterday I was talking to Perimeter and I was trying to get him to sort out my problem, but he just kept going around the outside all the time. Lucky we couldn't get to the actual centre of the problem. So today we're going to look at area and we're going to look at seeing whether we can calculate area using a basic formula. The reason we do this is because we use it all the time in life. Now, we use it sometimes if we need to put carpet in our house or if we need to buy a place and know how big the block of land is. So if you're going to get into building or you're going to do landscaping or something like that, you will use this when you leave school, gents.
All right, so let's look at what we actually need to be able to do to work out area. Now, the first part is actually know what area is. So that's the space on the inside of a shape, and it's always measured in squares. We need to be able to identify the length and the width again. Now, if you've done my previous lesson on perimeter, this should be quite easy. So normally we talk about length being the longer side of a rectangle and the width being the shorter side of the rectangle, but it doesn't really matter once again. The formula for this is perimeter is equal to length times width. Now, really important we don't get confused with perimeter. Area, when we do that, we multiply the two together. We need to be able to multiply correctly, obviously, so you need to know your times tables. And then the last part is that we need to be able to use a measurement in our area, but we also have to add the little squared symbol. Because we measure in squares, we have to put the little 2 at the top of the page to be able to say that it was measured as those squares. So here's my first example. Now, I've cut my rectangle up, and we can see here we have a 7 centimetre by 3 centimetre. Now, the steps are really easy. The first step, whenever we are doing any kind of area, is we put in our rule. Now, our rule today is area is equal to length times width. Now, our length here is 7 centimetres. Our width here is 3 centimetres. Now, that's the same as here. If we count 1, 2, 3, can we see 3 blocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can see how we get our 3 and 7. We multiply them together. 3 times 1 is 21. We know it's centimetres, and we measure in squares, so we put our squares down. Now, the other way that I look at it is, can you see how I have 1, 2 centimetres that we're multiplying? That makes 2 of those little centimetres. There's another way for those people who understand that. Now, if I have a look here, if I count up all my squares here, you will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we can see that if we double check our answer, it is exactly the same as the answer that we worked out using our formula. So let's look again. Our formula again. Area is equal to length times width. We substitute 6 centimetres times 2 centimetres. We then multiply 6 times 2 is 12. Add in our measurement. Don't forget our squared symbol. Can we check them? We can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Am I right? Yes, I am. Last one here for you to actually have a go at. Remember, area is equal to length times width. Substitute, then make sure we put our measurement and the squared symbol. Hardest part is remembering the right rule. Perimeter is length plus width in brackets times by 2. Area, however, is just length times width. Have a go now, and I'll come back to mark them. All right, let's have a look now. So we're going to go area is equal to length times width. We're going to substitute 6 centimetres by 4 centimetres. 6 times 4 is 24. Put our measurement down. Don't forget our squared symbol. The second one, area is equal to length times width. I always write my rule down. Substitute 5 centimetres times 3 centimetres. 5 times 3 is 15. Add my centimetres. Don't forget my squares. Last one, write down my rule because I always write down my rule. Area equal to length times width. Substitute 8 centimetres times 2 centimetres. 8 times 2 is 16 centimetres. Don't forget your squared symbol. Simple as that, guys. You are a bit legends. Hopefully everything's going well at home. Check it out. Come with any questions to class.